going on, people? That's right. It's me again, your local neighborhood vault keeper. Well, I thought it was time to officially kick it in the butt and get back to it. So, we have a few things that are going to be going on. We have a new show that's going to be on the Anchor channel, which will be on Spotify, Google, a couple other places. Hey, what's going on? We also are going to have some stuff that's going to be done on a couple of other places, probably Twitch and a couple other things. And, you know, on Twitch, we may just do, some fun stuff like I've done got into while I was laid up this game on Steam called Hunting Bigfoot. Hilarious as hell. We may even get a couple of y'all in here and go hunting Bigfoot. Uh, we have a couple of videos that's going to be put up soon. I have finally, my other PC kind of had a accident. So I have built a new one. And if you've been listening to us over on Chaos, I actually built another pit, a real pit, and put another studio and stuff in. And we spent a good bit and get it fixed where we can really have some fun. We're going to be able to do some green screen stuff, just a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to up our show over here. Chaos will be here. Marvin the Martian, y'all know him as Dollar Late, Too Short, or I think that's what it is. Miss Cat's husband. Hey, Cat. I tried to call you and I couldn't get you. Hold on a second, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Miss Cat, I just tried to call Marvin's number again and couldn't get through to him. Well, I tried to go through YouTube, and for some stupid reason, it wouldn't go through. I don't understand why. Uh, just tried to call Chaos, couldn't get nobody. I got everything kind of up and going, and I was like, you know what? What a better time to test this. May not be nobody around. I didn't know if anybody would jump on, but we're gonna have some fun. Just letting everybody know some of the stuff that's going on, and what's going to be going on. I said we're gonna have some fun. There's no telling what we're gonna get into. Good morning to you too, or night, or whatever the case may be. I don't keep up with it well enough. It's just another, I guess you could say, night, day, whatever the case may be. But uh, did y'all like the new intro music? Hope y'all did. Uh, Trying something a little new. Uh, Hoped it worked out well. Walt's got a whole bunch of other switches and bells and buttons over here, and I'm not quite sure half the time what I'm touching and what I'm not touching. Oh, like that. Sorry. uh, Told you I got a bunch of new bells and whistles and a bunch of buttons, and for some reason I just can't help myself but hit those buttons. But I've got a few investigations I've went on here lately, and I'm going to be talking about that. I'm not sure what number that was. It's been so dang long ago. Some you may can go just Google it and look it up. It may have been so long ago. I don't know if Wes has still got it up or not. I've been out of touch with a lot of people here lately, so I hope everyone's doing all right during this Corona stuff. Man, there's 12 people in here. Holy crap! Thank y'all. I know I've been away, and like I said, I've been trying to get stuff up and going, and we're gonna start doing this real regular. Hope I sound good. Hope everybody can hear me real good. Do I sound all right to y'all? Give me a one in the comments, please. Yeah, I got a bunch of dead gum switches, and thank you, G, in here, and I accidentally hit one again. Oops. Hey, what's going on? And I got multiple screens, so I'm trying to keep up with everybody. So, well, we've been doing some stuff, like I said, over at Chaos's site, because, like I said, my stuff has been down, and I didn't feel like redoing everything. And if y'all have been listening to the show over and keeping up, you know why. Vault Keeper had a little bit of cardiology problems, and we getting that straightened out, and I'm back up and running now. I'm still not quite 100, but I'm too ornery to sit still. Uh, like I said, and with everything that's been going on, where I'm at now, they've had stay at home orders and all this kind of crap. And to be honest with you, with the crap I already had going on, I didn't get out. I hadn't been out still much. Ventured out a couple of times, not much. Most of my venture now has been going. Me and Bear's been going into the woods. Uh, was curious to see how all this crap's been going on, if it affected any of the squatches and stuff. Sorry about that, folks. Uh, I can't see a difference. I haven't seen a difference. I'm just curious. You know, like I said, we have some investigations that I'm going to be putting up soon. Well, we lost somebody. Sorry. Chaos's channel is Chaos Theory Production. Let me go see if I can get a link to it. Hold on one second. Uh, do, 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 do. Here we go. No, didn't want to play that. I'm trying to get you a link now so I can throw it into the chat so people can go visit that. Paste. There we go. All right, that's a link to Chaos Theory Productions channel. That's my co-host, my good buddy, my brother. Talk to him pretty much every day, if not several times a day. And if y'all haven't been over there, you'll get to hear some stuff that a lot of people haven't heard. Some stuff about Booger Valley. You'll learn some stuff about your local vault keeper. So it'd be a good idea to go over there, check him out, and leave him a like, subscribe, because you don't know. You may hear me here, you may hear me there. I know you're going to hear me here a good bit more than what you have. And like I said, we have the Anchor channel. Let me go over and get a link to that and put it in, because like I said, you're going to be hearing a lot of stuff over there that most people are not going to be hearing. Let me figure out how to get a damn link. Probably should have planned this out a little bit better. This was kind of like an improv coming on. So, uh, uh, let me see. Share. Copy. This is a link to StreamYard where you can hear some stuff. There's nothing really up there now. It's a little intro for people. Hey man, thanks. And I said you're gonna hear a bunch of stuff over there. You're not gonna hear here now because the people on YouTube don't like certain things over there. I've got pretty much free reign. You're gonna hear me. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Plus, iHeart. It's like 15 or 16 different ones, but I know you can use that link and get into just about anything. Uh, uh, like I said, we're just gonna have a bunch of fun. Like I said, we've got some other stuff coming down the pipe. There is a Twitch uh, stream and channel, whatever you want to call it. I've got my buddy Lethal uh, that's setting all that up. We're gonna have a new web page. The Twitch thing is going to be. I've gotten involved since Vault couldn't get out and do a whole lot, y'all. Vault has gotten in Lethal and Cobra has gotten involved into playing some of these games. Like I said, there's a hilarious game over on Steam called Hunting Bigfoot. It is hilarious as hell. Like I said, I don't think people over here on this channel or whatever would be that much interested in it. If you are, let me know. I want to get on there with a couple of the nightmares and play around, have some fun. Take some people's mind off all this crap that's been going on. What is this about? This is letting everybody know what's coming down the pipe because there's a bunch coming down the pipe. Vault has a whole new setup. Like I said, we spent about $6,000 and built a streaming rig, whatever the hell. I don't know what Lethal and them put together. But they've got it set up where we're going to do some green screens because, yes, the Vault Keeper is going to be putting his ugly mug on camera here some, and we've got some videos that we're going to be looking at that from some investigations. Me and Chaos are putting together I don't know what you want, a documentary for it's hold on, I gotta where's it? I can't remember who the damn documentary's through. I think it is through Amazon. I said we're getting all that stuff worked out. I don't know yet if I can tell a whole bunch about that because legal crap. That's out of my realm. I just go out and film the crap and go to the places. Like I said, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff. And I had a channel that Lethal got me involved with. iRacing. They want. I think that's gotten real popular now. They want to do a iRacing team for the Vault Keeper and for a lot of the nightmares. So, like I said, I have not run into any more of them. No, I haven't. And the last I seen was the one that I left laying there. And like I said, I came back later. You can go hear that on it over on Chaos's channel that we talked about that when we did one of the shows, the Infernal ones. That's our new podcast on Anchor. A whole lot of people couldn't, for some reason, get to it. or see it or whatever. So we moved a lot of the shows onto his channel on YouTube, so y'all could get to them and see them, because that's what we wanted to do to start with. I originally started to do Anchor because me and YouTube kind of had a falling out, whatever you want to call it. I was one of the victims of the deletion or snatch and grab, whatever you want to call it, and I had to take legal action actually to get my channel back. In getting it back, like I said, there's certain things we can't do and we can't say. Thank you. Like I said, we're trying, and Chaos has got a bunch of stuff going on. Like I said, he's got a new channel he's working on. It's the Chaos Family. And yes, even after my heart attacks, I still smoke. Shut the hell up. If I didn't smoke, the world would be in trouble. Uh, like I said, I've got several investigations I've just started going back on, and I haven't had a whole bunch of activity. I figured with at least people going out into the woods, things would have ramped up or something by now, but not really. Like I said, me and Chaos just did a show last night that will be up a week or two, I guess, and we kind of covered a whole bunch of stuff. Uh, but y'all leave me some links and stuff like that. Look, uh, I don't know if y'all know Day Late Dollar Short. I renamed him Marvin. We did a show with him on the Chaos's channel with the Infernal ones. He's going to be on a good bit. I'm trying to get a link right now to throw down into the subscriptions for my. That's not it. For my that's not it either. Oops. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Uh, inbox. That's not it. That's not it. I'm going to just type it in. Screw it. Uh, if you want to get a hold of me, you want to send me something. Hold on one second. All right. There's my email address. If you want to get in contact with me, if you got something you want to send me, you want to talk about or whatever, send me an email. I'll shoot you an email back. Probably even get you to send me your phone number, and I'll just call you. I work better like that. And never know, if you got something interesting, hey, I'll put you on. I can take a call and put you straight on here. We don't need no. You don't need no fancy whatever. I can take a phone call and put you right through on a show just like this, and we'll just have a good time. Like I said, we're going back to some of our roots, and I got some more stuff planned. If y'all think we had some stuff going on before, y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Like I said, I've got some stuff planned for y'all. I have nothing else better to do but aggravate everybody. So, and we're up to 15 people in here. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry I haven't been around everybody like I should have been. Like I said, life kind of took a turn, and we had to hold on for a little bit. Dogman. What about Dogman? No, I'm gonna leave them where they are on YouTube. I've got some more stuff that's going to be put over there, like I said, that I won't do here because of YouTube's political correctness, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I will be putting out the second part to the second part of Booker Valley. It was in my other PC when it had an accident on purpose. Uh, so that will be coming in the next week, I do believe. Some I've had two encounters with Dogman. I try not to fool with Dogman because Dogman is not like Bigfoot. Dogman he does not discriminate. He hates everybody. I try my best to stay as far away from him as I can because they're unpredictable and they're not easy to deter. Oh, Vault's healthy. Vault's drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, chasing bear, or bears chasing me. One of the two happens. Uh, he's happy to be back out in the woods. He's done got a little bit fluffier than what he was. Uh, like I said, we've got some things coming. I've got some videos that I want to get put up, and instead of just putting them up and watching them, I figured I could put them up, and then after I put them up, we could do a Q&A. That's a lot of people are not doing that. Y'all may see something in them I don't see because look, y'all don't realize you can be out there in it videoing and walk right by one and don't even know it. I've done it several times because most time I'm looking down at the ground, I'm tracking, unless something catches my eye, I'm paying attention, and that's how I've got myself in trouble walking up on them. Trying to stop here and catch up. Like I said, I've got three monitors in front of me. One has the stream going on it, one has the chat going on it, and the other has the analytics to make sure everything keeps going right with the. So I'm having to keep watching screens and going back and forth. And we are going to be running a new system called OBS that Lethal and them are teaching Vault some new tricks. Can Dogman be killed? I'm pretty sure anything that breathing can be killed. Have I killed one? Nope. Have I tried to? I damn sure did because it was trying to eat me. Uh, if it wasn't for a good friend of mine, Vault would have been a Scooby snack. Uh, like I said, we didn't kill it, but I got away from it. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I try not to mess with them. Because, like I said, they don't discriminate. They hate everybody. I stick to stuff that I pretty much know. Like I said, I've been playing with boogers since I was little, and I feel way more comfortable. I can pretty much tell by what they're doing and how they're acting. Hey, leave me alone, or they're just as curious as we are. Most of them, uh, because think about it, they don't have TV, they don't have internet. When we're out in the woods and they're watching us, we're their entertainment. And now, if you get too close, especially if they got some young ones, you're not gonna like it. Or if you do stupid stuff, or if you make them feel threatened, then you're not gonna have fun. Let me see here, chat. I have no idea, G, what you're talking about. I know they don't like a 338 Lapua. Well, I know over in Germany, now they don't have dogmen that I know of. They do have werewolves or legends of werewolves, and I've been to a little village on a outing that supposedly had problems with them. Now there was something in the woods. I've seen a shape. I can't tell you what it was, but it it was acting really weird. I don't believe it was a squatch. I don't know what it was. I didn't. Like I said, I seen a shape, uh, and that was it. And then the people were they kind of got a little agitated when we were there because they felt like we were antagonizing and going to cause more problems, so we were asked to leave. So, we don't have to live there. So we obliged the locals. That's the one thing. Some people go out, they mess with some of these creatures around where people live. They don't have to live there. They get them riled up and stuff like that, and then they leave, and now the natives and the locals have to deal with them. Mm, do I think what? I look. I didn't run into Dog Man till 2015, I think. Had never heard of him. Didn't know nothing about him, and like I said, I ran into one. Uh, and didn't the first run in was not nice. I started out asking questions and met a couple of people, and actually, that's how I wound up on YouTube. No, I I don't believe Dogman and Boogers run together because from some stuff I've found and some stuff that I've heard, no, they don't get along. Which you put any two predators in an area, top predators, they're going to fight. I'm talking about that's just they're not going to get along because they're competing for food. Think about it. If you had one place to get your food from, and that had to feed you and your family, and this other guy that came out of nowhere decided he was going to just move in next to it, and he was going to start taking what you had, you're not going to get along with it either. Uh, I look on Booger Valley. I heard I've heard Bigfoots fight, boogers fight, and it sounded like damn the world coming to an end because of the noise and stuff, and then the trees that got broke over. So just imagine Bigfoot and a dog man, you know, going battle royale. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to stick around for that because you might draw some attention when the one wins and he's already pissed off and he sees you. He's already in a pissed off, agitated state. Uh, to be honest with you, I don't know what a Squatch's area is because I've tracked them and found one Squatch to be in a small area. Don't know why they stayed in a small area other than they had everything they needed. And then I've found that just to me it looked like the same tracks within several miles of each other. But like I said, nobody knows. That's something that we're still trying to figure out. A lot of these so-called experts. That's a word I don't like. I don't like. A lot of people try to use that towards me, and I'll stop them real quick. I'm not no expert. I'm just a pecker wood that stayed in the woods too long. Uh, there's no experts in this field. Everybody needs to understand that it's just no experts. There's too much unknown until you can get more data, more scientific evidence, and you can actually tag one to track one, stuff like that. You're not going to. I, that's something that I would want to look into. The only problem with that is trying to tag one. You know, that brings into a multitude of different things and problems itself. If you don't know how, if they groom each other, if you try to shoot one to tag it, to dart it, you're probably going to piss it off, and that's not going to go good either. So, I thought about trying to figure out a way to put one of those micro tags in some food, but then if it chews it, it destroys it. You see my problem. There's a lot of things I want to do. I just hadn't figured out how to do it yet. Let me see here. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you hit a squat through your car, you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have a fucked up car. Excuse me the language, and it's gonna more than likely run off. Because ask anybody that's hit a deer with their car. Usually they don't stay right there. More than likely they run off way in the woods, then they die. We don't know what they do with their dead. Usually, if there's one, there's more than one. You know, if it gets away and gets down into a ravine or something or into the wood line, I'm pretty sure some of its others are going to come around and pick it up, try to take care of it, maybe take it off. I don't know. But there has been some hit by vehicles and hit by cars. There's even been stuff on TV about them. The thing is, until the mass society and the local government decides, hey, we're going to put this out there as it is true, it really is there, you know, you got what you got. Uh, I've had encounters and oh shit. Hold on. I got a light one on that. I got to sit here and think. I've had encounters in multiple states. Washington State, Oregon, uh, in Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, some of Mexico, Arizona, uh, Alaska, uh, some of Canada. Shit, yeah, I gotta write this down. Like multiple Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri. It's been multiple. Hold on. Uh, any friendly dog man or big? Not no dog man. That's for damn sure. Like I said, I've had two encounters, and neither one of them were fun. And I don't go looking for them because they're not fun. Bigfoot, I don't know if you call them friendly encounters. You're not going to walk up and pet one, shake hands with one. I'm telling you that now. You got to remember these are wild animals. They're not pets. You're not going to walk out into the woods and find a Kodiak or grizzly bear and walk up and pet it on the head. So keep that in mind. I haven't spoke to him in a good while. As far as I know, we are. He does his thing and been doing his thing for a while. And like I said, I kind of got sidelined, and I said the only one that kept up with me was Chaos. So yeah, Arizona. I found tracks in Arizona. Didn't see one. Found tracks though. I'm not going. I don't give out locations. I can tell you states. I'm not going to give no locations. I don't believe in doing that. Well, let me put it this way: you're very close. Not too close, but within an hour's driving distance. I'm gonna say. Alaska, yeah, it was. I've been up there during snow. I've been up there during what they call their summer, and I'm gonna tell you something. Their summer is not like our summer. How did I learn how to track? Well, my grandfather was full-blooded Native American, uh, and then I've been around. my old job, we got taught some of the best tracking guides there are in the world. I'm going to say, I don't care what anybody says, comes out of the Four Corners Nation. I know lots of people in the Four Corners Nation. I've had several of them teach me stuff. And if you stay in the woods long enough, you pick up stuff. And like I said, tracking squatches are like kind of almost like tracking humans. Tracking humans are not like tracking regular wildlife. It's totally different. That's the other thing. I'm gonna be putting out some videos on tracking. You'll see. I'm reading comments, y'all. Sorry. I don't know. I know very little about Dogman. I know I don't want to with them. So I can't tell you that. You're going to have to ask somebody that's way more into Dogman because, like I said, if I think there's one in the area, I leave because I don't want to fool with them. I'm not scared of them. I'm not stupid. Like I said, you don't go walk out there and slap a bear on the butt and then stand there. Mm-mm, not a good idea. Uh, for sure. I don't see why it wouldn't dig a hole. A regular dog digs a hole. They're canine or canine like. There's supposedly, I know of three different kinds. Two of them I ran into. One was looks like a giant freaking wolf. I'm talking about the size of a freaking cow. The other one looks like a 8 to 9 foot Bigfoot with a German Shepherd slash Doberman Pinscher's head been stuck on top of it, but its hands are different. What I mean by that is, find you a picture of a raccoon's hands. Their fingers are different. They're not like a regular Bigfoot's. Regular Bigfoot has fingers kind of like us, but they're just really a little bit longer, but they're thicker, way thicker. Uh, yeah, there's telltale signs. From what I saw, in a couple of areas that I've been in. Look, the dogman, the second one I ran into, they're very, very, very smart. I'm talking about very sneakily smart, like set traps for you, smart. So just remember, that's what I'm talking about. These things are very intelligent, and I haven't run into a fun one. And a lot of people that I've talked to that I believe have had dogman encounters, they didn't, they wasn't like some of the others you hear where they growled or whatever, and they kind of went no. They went out of their way to aggravate, antagonize, to scare the shit out of them. And I don't know why they do it, but they're just, I call them the cryptic bully. Skinwalker. I'm very familiar with Skinwalker Ranch. My old job made me very familiar with Skinwalker Ranch. Uh, I've been to Skinwalker Ranch several times. Been on Skinwalker Ranch several times. Uh, that's for a different topic and a different show, though. And there's certain things that I will not talk about Skinwalker Ranch because we signed DNAs. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up. No, the we talking about Chi from behind, never in front. We'll talk about that on a different show. Let's put it like I said, they'll lead you into a trap. Oh, dog man! I look the first one we had an encounter with. I was with Lakia, and this thing it was done crossed the road. It was about 75 yards off the road, and it purposely turned around and came back for no reason at the vehicle and almost hit the vehicle in the side like it was trying to tackle it. Uh, I don't know why. And the second one, I was out looking because I was trying to figure out what the hell I'd saw because I'd never fooled with a dog man before. Didn't know. Paranormal. Look, a lot of people have said something about the strange lights and Bigfoot, and me myself, I've never seen a UFO, and I mean an unidentified flying object. I don't know where the hell it came from, space here, where. I've never seen a UFO and then a Bigfoot or had an encounter back to back. I've never seen any lights in the woods that were associated with Bigfoot. I have not. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. That's not what I have saw. I've seen lights and other stuff in the woods that I can't tell you why they were there and what the hell was going on. But I didn't see any Bigfoot around. I didn't see any sign at the time Bigfoot was around. Hold on a second. Let me catch up in chat here. I, I rode a motorcycle across country several times. You just might want to be wary of where you stay. I'm more worried about people doing stuff like that than I do cryptids. Don't know. Haven't tried it. Haven't talked to anybody that has tried it. Talking about the, I don't know if y'all can hear a bear. He's asleep dreaming and barking in his sleep. Never know what you're gonna catch over here on the vault. Uh, how much smarter? Way smarter. Way smarter. I'm telling you, the second one we had an encounter with led us into a blind trap and waited on us. I the missing 411 thing. I don't get into talking about a lot of stuff like that. That guy likes to sue people when you talk about his stuff, supposedly, and I understand how it's his stuff when he's not missing. The people he's talking about are. Uh, I never have spoke to the man. Uh, never had any reason to or want to. Uh, Bigfoot is very smart. Bigfoot is very boogers. I'm gonna say I hate saying the word Bigfoot. Boogers. They're very. They're not dumb by any means. Yeah. Anybody that's ever been bear hunting uh, can tell you bears mark their territory. And Dogman kind of will do the same thing. They'll scratch trees. Bigfoot do not scratch trees. They will tear bark off and stuff, but these are scratches. I'm talking about it looks like Freddy Krueger has been in your backyard. Scratches. And usually there's a there's also a smell. Sometimes, even though I'm talking about Bigfoot has smells too, but it's different. It's you ever been around where like a couple of big dogs. You got one big dog in this yard, it's a male. You got another big dog in this yard, it's a male. And I'm not saying only males do it, but I'm just giving that for example. They constantly along the one side of that fence where the other dog is or whatever, they steadily pee, mark their territory. You can smell it's old dog urine. You'll find that a lot of times. Uh, yeah, like I said, I don't even say his name because I don't. Some people call look, this political correct crap, and people like to start this and like to start that. I don't have time for that, so I don't even speak about people's names, whatever. Like everybody knows who he is. Like I said, I don't talk about the stuff because I don't need the headache of all the aggravation. Like I said, I've researched some of the same stuff he's researched, and somehow, a lot of times, I know some other people that have researched other things that he have researched, and for some reason, he claims it's his all his research. I don't understand that. I'm not going to debate it. Whatever like I said, if one of y'all go missing and I go out and research that, that's about you. That's not about nobody else. So yeah, you can't. But see, you get a wet dog smell too around Bigfoot. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the fur. I don't know what. But you'll get a wet dog smell, kind of sort of, and you'll get a sour smell. You'll get the urine smell. But like I said, you start seeing scratch. It looks like Freddy Krueger's been playing in your backyard with scratches and stuff like that, or it looks like somebody's took a hatchet or an axe and chopped into a tree, and there'll be like three or four right real close within 2 inches of each other. Pretty good sign from what I've seen. And like I said, I don't fool with that area because what I'm looking for is not in that area. I've never seen a dog man and a Bigfoot. Well, let me rephrase that. I've never seen the sign of a Bigfoot and a dog man in the same area. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying I haven't seen it. Yep, I try to stay away from the BSG. They're not no more dangerous than they ever have, and I don't think there is no Boy Scouts anymore or nothing. I think all that kind of got bye bye with all the cases of you see the commercials on TV, right? So I don't think there is no Boy Scouts of America and Cub Scout, but this is not no. I don't know how long Dogman's been around. I know Bigfoot's been around since before the colonial days. There's too many stories that go back beyond that. You're in no more danger than you were yesterday or you were 20 years ago because they were there then. It's just if you go out there and you have an encounter and doing stupid stuff can lead to not a very nice encounter. I I think in the animal kingdom, this goes with everything that I've ever seen about any species of animal ever, especially predators. Predators don't, two animals, bears, they don't want to fight most of the time. They just do a lot of posturing and stuff like that when other males get around to the even females. They do everything they can before they fight because the fight may not only kill the other one, it may kill them too. So they do a lot of posturing and stuff like that before a fight ever even breaks out. What about mountain giants? Well, there's look, boogers have been called everything under the sun until the Bigfoot name back in I think in the 50s got popular, where the guy found the tracks around his doge and stuff like that. Look, there's Bigfoot still named all over the United States. You got Momo, you got the Grass Man, you got the Klondike rock crawler, you got the wood apes. There's so many freaking names, and that's what I try to tell people. They don't understand. You can type in Bigfoot, and it may not go back for certain years. You find an area, your local area, or your local state, and start typing in weird creatures and around the state. And like I said, boogers were what I grew up knowing them by. And in the South, where I grew up at, like, don't go outside at the dark. The booger will get you, or vice versa. And then you got wood apes in places, and you got rock apes over in that's what they were called over in Vietnam. They said there's so many freaking different names that people want to call Bigfoot. Hold on, I'm catching up with chat. I've never seen anything 25 foot tall, so I don't know nothing about that. So let's go down to the next one. Yeah, Skunk Ape. It's a big one down in Florida. I, I've never seen one quite that tall. The tallest one that I know of that I saw, and it was a good ways off. But we were able to later go back and measure, and it was actually taller than we thought because it was standing on the other side of a hill, and there was like a dip, and its head was at a limb, and we were able to measure from straight down from where that limb was down to the dip. It was just over 12 feet. That was in Anchorage. That was outside of Yellowknife, Alaska. Um, Alabama, you got boogers, wood boogers. You got howlers. I think there's a place in Alabama. I cannot remember the name of the little community. They call them the yo-yos, yo-yo, whatever, however you pronounce that. The Yalers. I've even heard of Bigfoot being called a catamount. And to what I know, a catamount is a cat. It's a Black Panther. But you got some communities that call them a catamount too. Yeah, they can swim. Bigfoot can swim. I've heard, I've seen glimpses. I've never seen them like run and do a cannonball, but it's what it sounds like. You see this big black figure come off the bank into the water, and it splashes, and you hear a bunch of splashing, and it's dark. And the worst thing I want to tell y'all you can do is shine a big ass spotlight on them, unless you're trying to get screamed and yelled and you shit scared out of you. I would not suggest that. Because they don't like it. That's a good way if you get one charging at you. If you got a real bright light, shine it at them. It'll stop them in their tracks usually, and they'll turn. They're gonna get pissed. They're already pissed though. That may give you an opportunity to beat feet the other way. It was well over 1,000 pounds plus. Um, the tree that it was standing beside was we measured it was 24 inches in diameter, and this thing was every bit of twice as big as across the chest. I'm figuring it was almost 6 feet across from shoulder to shoulder, if not further. I said I was probably 150, 200 yards away from it at the time, looking through it through a pair of binoculars. And there's no doubt what I was looking at because I watched it walk up there, reach up and grab that limb. Like I said, it was up by its head. And then it reached over and put its arm around that tree and kind of went over around like it was, kind of like it was hugging up against the tree, like it was trying to make itself not be seen. And it let out a couple of hoops and hollers. And then it slapped that tree. I'm talking, it took his hand and just whack. And it sounded like a two before hitting it. And then it kind of turned and went back off down the ravine that was right behind it. Then behind us, way off in the distance, we could hear a whoop. Let me catch up and chat, y'all. We have 19 people in here. Thank y'all. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning where I am. I don't know what time it is where you are, but thank y'all. Like I said, we're going to start doing this a little earlier and a lot more often. Uh, Uh, all I can tell you, like I said before, somebody asked about the lizards. Haven't seen another one. The last time I seen one was the one I left laying on the ground, and haven't seen one then again, and I haven't seen any sign of any. I don't know if that's the only one that was there. I believe there were two of them because the first one I saw and the second one I saw kind of looked the same, but a little bit different. I don't know if floodlights will or not. I've heard of them walking out up under. Uh, we call them yard lights. Y'all call them city street lights and stuff like it. I've heard of them, and people have showed me pictures of them standing right out in the middle of the light, like, "Hey, here I am. What you gonna do about it?" I said, a dog man is way different than a Bigfoot. A dog man will go out of its way to try to antagonize you. Bigfoot usually is just curious. Uh, so unless you pissed it off, and I'm gonna tell you something, your door and your walls that you're sitting inside of, that's just there to make you feel safe. If it wants in, it will come in through a wall. It will make a new door. Uh, no, I haven't heard that one. The How do you pronounce that? Glow apes. I hadn't heard that one. It's going to be soon. Like I said, I just got all this crap up and going, and I've got Lethal supposed to come in next week. And like I said, he's putting in green screens and a whole bunch of other stuff that's in the new pit that I built. And like I said, and we're gonna start shaking the tree loose. I think y'all are ready for some different stuff, so that's what we're gonna do. Uh, Been to Maryland, found some evidence there. I said, I don't know that much about Dog Man. Like I said, I've had two run-ins. I've seen some evidence that from what people have told me in pictures of Dog Man. Like I said, my first run-in, first time I ever heard of one, was I think in 2015, might have been 16. Not quite sure. My memory is, it would age that goes too. Um, it, I don't see how. Like I said, my thing is, as much as I've been in the woods and around the area, around the globe, I've never run into one before. Never had heard of them. Like I said, now over in Germany, I've heard of the werewolves and stuff, but I ain't never heard. And I've heard a couple of. I think it was in Louisiana, the Rougarou. But what I found and what they were calling Rougarou was just a really large Bigfoot that was kind of it kind of looked like it had a little deformity going on. It like I don't like using the term Down syndrome, but it almost like that, but a little different. Like I took it as it was just a freaking uh, Bigfoot with bad genetics. I don't know. I said I ain't never tested one. I ain't never had one that close. There's been hair samples and hair samples and hair samples done and gave in. There's been blood test analysis and stuff like that, and you get so many different. I, I've never had I've never had but one person do any blood sampling or hair sampling that I truly believed that I know was not influenced by anybody's judgment except for what they found, and to several people with alphabets after their names and organizations didn't like it, and that poor person caught hell. I'm not going to say their name because I think they're tired of being in the limelight. Anybody that's in the Bigfoot community will know who I'm talking about. They were the leading DNA expert in the world at the time. Now they can't even get a job teaching science at school. Yeah, I'd never heard of them setting off a nuclear bomb anywhere past the Mississippi, and to find out they set two off in a little town in rural Mississippi. That was a shocker. I never had heard that. Well, hey, shoot me. I put my email in the chat earlier. Shoot me an email about it and let me hear about your. Hold on, I'll put it back in there again. Let me roll up and find it. Cause vault type slow. Where the hell did it go? Where did it go? I know damn well I put it in the chat earlier. Uh, yep, there it is. There, hey, can you see it on the? Can you see it on the screen now? That's my email. Drop me an email. Let me know about your and get me. We'll talk a little bit, and I may bring you on the show to tell your story. Okay. Uh, if that's all right with you. Thanks, G. Like I said, this is. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I thought it'd be easier doing this on three screens, but it's hard to keep up all these damn screens. I got three freaking 72, 27 inch. I mean, curved screens, and I feel like I'm surrounded, but it's hard to keep up with this crap. How powerful I think a booger is? I've seen one break an 8 inch tree over, snap it like it was a freaking twig. I've seen where they tore the side of a freaking house out there. One reached in a windowsill that was from the ground up. The windowsill was over my head. It reached in that windowsill, put its hand through the window, and ripped the side of the wall out, like you did it with a truck. Thought that Todd is okay. I don't know who that is. Yeah, you know why? Because of mass hysteria. Look at what's going on now and how people reacted. I still have not figured out the whole toilet paper thing. What the crap's going on? I didn't figure that part out. Yeah, why not? I don't have a problem with ghost encounters. I've done several ghost investigations and stuff, especially a long time ago with Lakea and stuff. Like I said, yeah, I believe in ghosts. I believe in other worldly things because I think to be crazy things that don't make any sense other than that. Look, the problem with shooting a booger G is this right here. You may pump a bunch of lead in it. I guarantee you don't kill it right then. And the one that kills you, the one that you shoot, is not the ones you got to worry about. Yeah, 308 would more than likely kill one in the right spot. A 338 would definitely kill one pretty much. I said, I guarantee you don't kill it right away. Guarantee you. I don't. I've heard of people shooting him with a 12 gauge 3 inch slug, and it was still able to tear its way through the house. And they got down into the cellar, and it just went from one side of the house right through to the other side of the house. Blood was everywhere, and they never found the body. So I don't know if it died or didn't die. Todd. Yeah, look, I'm telling y'all, my mind has slipped. I know you're talking about Todd Standing. They're not going to do it. The thing is, people don't understand. There's already a law on the books called the hominid law. You can go look it up, Google it. They didn't write this law for no freaking reason. I'm catching up in chat, y'all. Sorry about that. Yeah, the toilet paper thing. I didn't get. Yeah, 3 inch, 12 gauge, 3 inch slug. For anybody that doesn't know, 12 gauge rounds come in 2 and 3/4, 3 inch, and now you got 3 inch, 3.5 inch magnums. This was basically it was a souped up 12 gauge round. 1 inch, I mean a 1 ounce, what they call a phosphor, crap, that's real blank. A 1 ounce slug. It's a 1 ounce lug of freaking lead. And like I said, I know it was hit because I seen the blood and I seen what all happened when it tore through the house. Yeah, you hit somebody with a 3 inch with a slug. I tell you what, I don't I don't put stuff like this up, but you want to see what a slug will do? Just Google 12 gauge, shotgun slug test, and you can watch it blow ballistic gel to freaking pieces. Deer, I've seen them slam them down on the ground, slam them against trees. So, yeah, it's not a light load, and it kicks you on the other end just as well as it kicks you on the front end. Yeah, like I said, I don't think you have to have an armor piercing around. You just put it in the right spot, and yeah, it's gonna probably kill it, but it's not gonna kill it right away. Yeah, I've seen that evidence before. Yeah, like I said, I know this. That's what I'm saying. If you've seen what it does to a tree, just imagine what it does to soft tissue, what it's designed to do. And look, a headshot on a Bigfoot. There's a guy. He's dead now. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. They even made a freaking documentary about him. They were back in the early '80s, late '70s. This is back for wireless stuff. They were stretching. He was stretching out a line for a microphone, and supposedly got hit on the head by Bigfoot. Now this is told by him and his friend. He got hit on the head by a Bigfoot. Thought the threw over his shoulder and was being took off. And as his friend ran up to try to help, he kind of came to, and he had a 357 Magnum. He put that 357 Magnum up to the side of this Squatch's head and pulled the trigger, and the Squatch kind of shook his head, threw him down, and run off. They didn't. I don't know if it killed it, maimed it real bad, or whatever, but it ran off. So it didn't. If you get it shot in the head with a 357 Magnum, you're gonna hit the ground like a dish rag. I I don't know where their heart is. I've never did a, a what is it called? I don't know if you want to call it an autopsy or cropsy, what you do to an animal. Never done that to one, so I don't know where the heart is. Well, gee, if you heard that story, you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the man's name, but like I said, they did a documentary about him. He was in the Bigfoot community. He's well known in the Bigfoot community. He died like a year or 2 years ago. It was a big thing in the Bigfoot community. Yeah, you can take it that way. Like I said, I, I've also heard that there was a couple killed by some military agents back there when Mount St. Helens blew up. They pulled some bodies out. There were still some that were kind of alive and hurting and burned up and all kind of stuff. And they were dispatched with a 45. Now, where they were shot, how they were shot, I don't know. It's just stories I was told. Uh, I've seen a pretty good size hog hit with a 44, and it kind of shook it off like it was a bee had stung it and it ran off. I think boogers take what? I don't know what you're talking about, G. Oh, I'm telling you, cat, there's going to be more than one. 99% of the time, like I said, if there's one, there's more than one. And if you hurt one of them, they will take it very, very personally. And I'm telling you, they will tear the house down around you. The show that me and Wes talked about, like I said, them people, I'm telling you, they know what a gun is. Think about it. Most of the time, anybody's seen one, they take a pot shot at them. I'm actually fixing to try doing some stuff other than, excuse me. I've got some stuff I've been wanting to try, and since YouTube don't like guns for some reason, some of the videos you're gonna see me using other alternatives. I've got stuff called bang sticks and stuff like that I've used. I don't think when I carry a gun with me, it's not for the Bigfoot because, like I said, I don't think it's going to help you. Uh, it may get you out of that certain situation right then, but I don't think you're going to have a good time. I've ran into more weirdos in the woods than I have anything else. That's the reason why I carry a weapon. Excuse me, I got choked on my cigarette. Yeah, they pick wild mushrooms. They forage for everything you can think of. That's a hotly debated thing is going out hunting for Bigfoot and stuff. I've heard stories about groups and teams going out. I've also heard about people going out hunting them that never were seen again. So take it for what you want. The best thing the best movie I've seen that depicts what a dogman, whatever you want to call it, looks like is Dogman Soldiers. That when that thing come through that window on that guy and stood up, it gave me chills because I swear whoever designed that thing, somebody gave him a picture of one because it looked very, very, very close to that. Well, folks, I have had a fun time with y'all. Fun time. Uh, I've got some stuff I've got to get off here, go get done. I'm probably gonna get back on here again tomorrow night. It's gonna be way earlier. Like I said, this was an improv. I didn't mean to be on here this long. I love talking to y'all. I've missed y'all. Like I said, if you've got some other questions, if you've got some stories, email me and I will definitely get back with you. Probably after a couple of emails, I'll get your number and we'll call. And I'm going to try to get set up where I do a couple shows during the week here. I do a couple shows during the week on Anchor, and like I said, I do a couple shows on Twitch. I've heard that when people report stuff to forestry members and stuff, they make a report of it. It goes into a special file, and what happens to it then, I don't know. All right. email vault. Yep, you can. I think it should be on your screen. Like I said, email me at the vault of nightmares at gmail.com. And like I said, I won't mind getting in touch with you. Hey, Fear, what's going on? I'm still above. Well, I guess you could call me above ground. I'm still walking and talking. I ain't zombie yet. Man, sorry you got on here late. I said I'm fixing to. Yeah, man. I can't believe it. As long as I've been gone, and I put up this thing, and there's 22 people in here. Thank every one of y'all. Thank y'all for sticking by me. Thank y'all for staying with me. I've got some stuff planned for y'all. I think y'all are gonna like it. And as always, sweet nightmares.